Okay, so you've now completed your second major assignment, which is designing a 5-page website in Fireworks. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this prototype website that you developed in Fireworks and we're going to do what's called optimizing. We're going to optimize the website, which means we're going to take images here that we've made, graphics, logos, text, and buttons, and make them web ready, which means we're going to essentially make them so they load fast on the web but still look great. That's what optimize means. It means lowering the quality of something, meaning file size, so it will load fast on the internet so the user can see what you designed for them. So what we're going to do today is we're going to begin optimizing our website, and then we're going to take it over to Dreamweaver. This is going to be several steps, so make sure you go through all these videos that I do for you. Now the first part of optimizing in Fireworks is the first thing we want to do is we always want to make our buttons. So for this demonstration, we're going to take our links that we made and we're going to make them into actual functioning links. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to zoom in here on my navigation because this is where I'm going to focus right now. And I'm going to turn each one of these into what's a button. And it's fairly simple. You select the text you want to edit, you hold down Control, click with the mouse, and in the pop-up menu there's an option down at the bottom called Convert to Symbol. So we're going to take this text and we're going to convert it into what's called a button symbol. So go ahead and select Convert to Symbol, and we get this pop-up box here. And you'll notice that we have a couple different options here. We have a graphic, an animation, and a button. So we'll go ahead and select button, and I'm going to go ahead and change the name here to features. So I want this to be the same as what I'm working with here. Once I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And when I've done that, look what happened. There's this green transparent box that's not over my text. This is what's referred to as a slice. When we slice and optimize our website, it's going to get these transparent green boxes on top of images and objects that we want to have interactivity with to let us know that we can now adjust the quality of them to work with them on the web. So with this slice right here, you can see right here it says button GIF or GIF. And this is associated with over here in my panels where it says optimize. So if you're in one of these tabs, go ahead and click optimize. And right here it says it's a GIF, which is this is what this is right here. And it's saying it's 256 colors. And it has an alpha transparency, which means just the text, the structure of the typography will be viewable. Everything behind it will be transparent to show this black background. Okay, so that's what's referencing right there. Now what we need to do now is we need to edit this button to give it functionality, to make it work like a button. Because right now, if I were to test this out, I'm going to go up here to my sub menu right here. I haven't pointed this out to you before, but we're going to be using the sub menu to check our optimization of our design. So if I hit preview right now, what this is going to do is it's going to emulate how this website would look like in a browser. So I'm zoomed in right now, but I'm focused here on the button, and if I roll over the button, see what happens? It disappears, and if I click, nothing happens. That's because when we work with buttons, there's something called states. Whenever you roll over a button or a navigation on a website, there's a state that the button has. There's a rollover state, there's a hit state, which means if I click my button down, that is a hit state, and there's also an active area, which the button can be selected, which right now, if you see these red guides, this area boxed in by that is my active area. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to come back here to where it says original, and this will allow me to go back to my edit mode in my design. And this is fairly simple. All you have to do now is double click on the green area. When you double click, it takes you into the button. So I can actually go in here and change the text if I want to. It brings up all my original text options. But what I want to do is I want to simply create my states. So I'm going to select off my button into this faded out gray area. And down here in my properties, I have an option. Right now, the first state is called the up state. That means there's no one functioning with the button. All I have to do is click this drop down menu and go over to my over state. Again, the text disappears, and all I have to do now is copy up graphic. By copying up graphic, what it does is it takes the up state and duplicates it for you. So I'm going to select over, copy up graphic. There it is. And let's say I want to change something with this typography. So maybe I want to change the color when it's rolled over. I'll select the text, and maybe I'm going to go from this blue to maybe a pink. So when someone rolls over this, they understand its navigation and they can click it and it will take them somewhere. Again, to get out of my text edit option, I'm going to click in the alpha transparency area off the text and come over to down. This is when someone actually clicks a button and holds the mouse button down. I'm just going to click copy up graphic and leave that the same. That's okay. I'm not going to adjust that. And then I'm going to come over to over while down. So when someone's clicking and holding down the button, the text will still be there. So I'm going to copy up graphic again. And the last option is called active area. So if I turn on active area, you'll notice that my red guides come back on. And what this allows me to do, if I roll over, like when we were drawing on guides to use for an alignment, I can adjust my design and make the actual clickable area larger if I want to. So maybe I'm going to do that. Maybe I'm going to make it a little bit larger, like so it's easier to click. There we go. That's a nice big button someone can click. So once I'm done with this, if I look up here, I have a submenu saying that I'm now in a button called Features. Of course, that's what I called it. And if I want to go back to my edit mode, all I have to do is come back here and click Home. So I'm going to select Home, and I'm back in my edit mode. And there we go. I have my button created. It's got the functionality, so if I come up here to preview, eventually it'll load up for me. I can roll over, it turns pink, look at that, and I click, it stays pink like the way it was supposed to be. So now I have a button that is interactive and it is now optimized. I'm going to leave my button as a GIF just because it's text. A GIF is a low quality JPEG essentially, and you'll notice right here you can see the colors it gives me as far as the color options. There's 256 colors to pick from. Perfectly fine. This is not going to be a high quality image here, so I'm going to leave it as is. The last thing I can do if I want to change this is I can come down here to my properties panel and I can change the slice name to features to match the word. This is important when we export this information out to a program like Dreamweaver so we can find it. So I'm going to call it features_btn. So I know it's images that are linked to a button. Click off. There it is. And I think I have everything set up here. So if I want to do this again, all I have to do is select the next text, control click, convert to symbol, make it a button, give it a name, hit OK. Double click on the green area, change it from upstate to overstate, copy up graphic, change an element of it, so I'll change it to pink. Oh, that wasn't pink. Here we go, pink. Click off it, copy up graphic again, hit OK, copy up graphic while down, hit OK, and active area, I can again adjust this active area if I want to. And that's what I'm going to do. So after I'm done with this, I'm going to come back to Home in my submenu, and I have my second button made. So you're going to go through and make all 5 of your buttons the same way. And this is the first part of the demonstration.